So I wanted to make this channel a guide of how to hike various trails in New Brunswick, and I'll still include that guide. But today the guide's more of a what not to do when hiking Devil's Oven, because we're both soaking wet now, and I don't want you guys to experience what we did. Do you need help? Yeah? Shoot. Hello everyone, checking in for vlog number 2. So today I'm excited to bring you to one of my favorite New Brunswick winter destinations. So we're going to be checking out Devil's Oven Ice Caves in Minto, New Brunswick. It's actually right after a snowstorm. I don't know if you can see the roads outside, but it's pretty rough out there. So we're going to be using our snowshoes today. Emmeline couldn't make it today, so I'm actually being joined today by my wonderful sister Sarah, who offered to drive today. So I'm excited to show you guys this trail. Let's check it out together. So we're here at the beginning of Devil's Oven hike. So what's cool about this hike is you only do it in the winter, and the reason you're only doing it in the winter is because we're actually going to be walking across the water. So let's go. So I hope we'll be able to make it to the ice caves. It is pretty slushy, which I wasn't expecting. It wasn't like this last time I did this hike, but hopefully that's not a sign of what's to come. But we'll we'll keep going for now, but we'll see what happens. So if someone can please explain to me why this is called Devil's Oven. I'd love to know, because honestly it's one of the prettiest places I have ever been. If we can just look at the ice sculptures all along here. Isn't that incredible? So if anyone knows the reason why it's called Devil's Oven, let me know in the comments below, because I tried to figure it out and couldn't find any information. So yeah, man, it is so stunning. So normally when you're walking this, you can just follow the river around, but I'm guessing because we had some warm weather not too long ago, the river is actually well, even with our snowshoes we're falling through a little bit. So it looks like people have made a trail off to the sides into the woods, and hopefully we can the river will be more solid up ahead and we can keep walking on it. We'll see what happens. So we're arriving at the first set of ice caves right here. We're walking across the ice. It's a little bit precarious, but So far we haven't fallen through, but hopefully we can make it inside these caves, and it'll be totally worth it. Oh, my feet got wet. It feels really, really solid right here, but here we go. So let me see where try going over there, see if you can find a way to Do you need help? Yeah? Oh, shoot. Okay. We reached ice cave number 1, which I think is as far as we're gonna go. Because I don't know if you see that patch right there, but that's where Scherer fell in the water. So she's pretty soaked. So getting this last footage, and then we're gonna head back to the car. So I should mention, so this is actually the less spectacular of the 2 ice caves. There's actually a second ice cave further up that where Sarah's a little cold, so we're going to turn around. But glad that I could at least show you this one from the backside. And let's see how I'm going to get back now. So just to show you what not to do here, I just fell right there. So both Sarah and I are now very cold. And don't worry, it's not that far of a trek back to the car, but just don't do what we did. This was a crazy hike, but I'm being rewarded with a really cool woodpecker up there. Let's see if I can get some zoomed in footage. There we go. Guess that's the advantage of not having very many people out here. You can see woodpecker. So I wanted to make this channel a guide of how to hike various trails in New Brunswick, and I'll still include that guide. But today, the guide's more of a what not to do when hiking Devil's Oven, because we're both soaking wet now, and I don't want you guys to experience what we did. So when you're hiking this, be safe, make smarter choices than we did. We thought that even with the snowshoes we'd probably be fine, and it's not like it's been super warm. It was a couple days ago, but it's -10 today, and it was pretty cold last night, so we thought we'd be safe, but obviously not. So check before you go, see what other people have experienced, and have fun and be safe and enjoy this beautiful part of New Brunswick. Hello everyone, so this is my guide on how to get to and hike the Devil's Oven under normal conditions. So first off, I should mention that Devil's Oven, unlike the last hike that I did a video on, which was Porcupine Mountain, if you haven't seen that video, I'd recommend checking it out. I'll link it in my description. Unlike that hike, there is actually very good directions on how to get there, and very good instructions on how to hike that hike elsewhere. So if you just Google Devil's Oven Ice Cave in Minto, New Brunswick, you'll be able to get there with your car. And on top of that, the trail is also on all trails. So you can find a good guide on how to hike Devil's Oven when you get there. It's also a well-trafficked trail, so just follow everyone else's footsteps, and eventually you'll be able to reach the ice caves if you go at the right time of year. So to get to Devil's Oven from Minto, which is where we're going to be starting, you're going to travel northwest on Main Street, and eventually you're going to take a slight right onto Northside Drive. You're going to follow Northside Drive for approximately 4 kilometers until eventually you'll get to Tracy Road on your left, which it's just a dirt road, but in the winter it's fairly well plowed. And you're going to travel along Tracy Road for about 3.5 kilometers. Now, at about the 3-kilometer mark, you're going to notice the road's going to start sloping downwards. I'd recommend parking your car at the top of the hill. The first time we went, there was just a trail of cars trying to make it back up the hill, and people pushing them, and people trying to go the other way. So if you want an easy exit, I would highly recommend walking the extra 500 meters down the hill and parking at the top. Once you've reached the bottom of the hill, off to your right, you'll notice the entrance to the trail just after the bridge that you'll cross over. So just follow the trail. The first ice caves that I showed you, those actually aren't technically the Devil's Oven ice caves. That's the next set of caves. So definitely walk at least to the second set of ice caves. It's beautiful. Would recommend getting some pictures for your social media. And you can even walk beyond the second ice caves if you want. There's a beautiful river valley that you can see beyond the second ice caves if you want to extend your hike a little bit. If not, just turn around and enjoy the beautiful hike back. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to share this hike with you today and our adventure. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what we should have done differently to avoid the situation that we found ourselves in. And we'll see you next time for our next adventure with the Maritime Meisters.